Hello, and welcome to Cocktails with a Twist of History, your digital destination for all things cocktails. So, we've been talking about some amazing women in the early 1900s, and I want to include another one on that list, Amelia Earhart. Amelia Earhart was born in 1897 in Kansas, and by 1923, she already had her pilot's license. She was doing a lot of flying, and she was the first to cross the Atlantic Ocean. She did this on May 20th and 21st in 1932. She had a Lockheed Vega plane, which she flew from Newfoundland to Northern Ireland. She had a little bit of inclement weather, but she did this in record time in 14 hours and 56 minutes. The inclement weather meant that she couldn't land in Paris like she was originally scheduled to do, but she crossed the Atlantic and she was able to do it all by herself. She was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross for her achievement. Okay, I've been talking way too long without a drink in my hand. Let's make a cocktail that's fitting for Amelia Earhart. It's a combination of a white lady and a Mai Tai. A white lady is certainly a drink that Amelia Earhart would have had. It was very popular in the 1930s. A Mai Tai technically doesn't get invented until the 1940s, but there were a lot of rum drinks at the time, and I think they symbolize her very well. Amelia had a good understanding of who she was and an adventurous spirit that couldn't be stopped. So I'm going to call this cocktail Amelia's Courage. We're going to create actually two drinks, two cocktails, and we're going to put them together. The first one is a rum cocktail. That's the Mai Tai, and it is a shaken cocktail. We are going to need, now the original Mai Tai had a lot more rum than I'm going to use in this, but because I'm combining the two, I'm only going to use an ounce of rum. There we go. Now we are going to use a 1/4 ounce of triple sec. Triple sec is an orange liqueur. There are a few of them, but you only need that little bit of a 1/4 ounce. Here you go. We are going to put in a 1/4 ounce of lime juice. There we go. Now, a Mai Tai has to have something called orgeat, which is an almond syrup, or at least it has to have some kind of an orange flavor. I will tell you sometimes I don't have orgeat, and I will use something like this, which is an almond liqueur. But here I happen to have some orgeat. It's a little bit thick, but yeah, it's still good. And now we are going to put some ice in here. And like I always say, gotta put a lot of ice. So since we're going to be making two separate drinks here in two separate shakers, I had to get a lot of ice. So we're going to put the first amount of ice in our first shaker, and we are going to close it. Here we go. Make sure we got our top, and we are going to shake. There we go. This one actually needs to be shaken a little bit longer than some of the other ones, only because the orgeat has a lot of that syrup and sugar and stick. There we go. Okay, that should be good. And we are going to put it into our glass. And let's take a quick peek here. And if you see, this is a white, only because the orgeat that I have is a sort of a white syrup. We're going to see how this affects our white lady that goes with it. Okay, in our second shaker, and I got a nice little cute shaker over here, we're going to make a white lady. Now, the white lady is a gin cocktail. There aren't that many drinks at this time period that would have both gin and rum in it, but Amelia was an unusual person anyway, so I think we're going to do it. We're going to use 1.5 ounces of gin. We're going to use another 1/4 ounce of our lime juice. Hold on, sorry about that. Another 1/4 ounce of our lime juice. Here we go. And this one also has triple sec in it, another 1/4 ounce of triple sec. Now, because we're making 2 separate cocktails and we're going to put them together, that's why you can't just use a 1/2 ounce. You really have to have the 1/4 and the 1/4, but we can do that. And now we're going to put ice in our second shaker. Now notice what I did when I shook the first one, I poured it out of the ice. You never want to leave a cocktail like this sitting in ice. You don't want to leave any cocktail sitting in ice because it will water it down. Here we go. Now we take our shaker. This is a cute little shaker. And we're going to put our cover. And just like before, we're going to make sure we have it covered on the top. And we are going to shake. There we go. This one doesn't need to be shaken as much, but still you can see it gets really, really cold. And let's put it, this goes usually into a coupe glass. This is what a white lady would look like, and as you can see it is white, but then again so is the other one. And now what we are going to do is we are going to take a cocktail spoon and we are going to pour one slowly into the other. Whoop, that did not work. Just got it all over the place. Hold on. And we are going to combine the two. And here we have a drink that I am calling Amelia's Courage. Cheers. Wow, that is very interesting. You can taste the rum. You have the gin that's in there. That's coming forward. The orgeat, the almond you can taste. The orange is got a lot of very interesting flavors all combined. As I think Amelia also had a whole bunch of interesting characteristics combined in her. That is fascinating. That is a really, really good drink. Okay, let's get back to our history. So, Amelia Earhart went across the Atlantic by herself, so she decided, hey, I want to go across the Pacific as well. Now, we all know that the Pacific Ocean is a lot bigger than the Atlantic, but still that didn't stop her. Unfortunately, she did not make it. She disappeared on July 2nd, 1937, near Howland Island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. There are a lot of theories as to what happened to her, but I think it's her spirit that really is the thing that we should remember about her. And the fact that she was the type of person that just wouldn't let anything stop her, and she was going to try. Now, what's interesting about the White Lady, which was one of the cocktails that we put into our cocktail of Amelia's Courage, was created by a guy we've talked about before, Harry Craddock. Harry Craddock was a bartender right at the beginning of Prohibition, and he moved to London, to the Savoy Hotel. And he was quoted once, he was asked, what's the best way to drink a cocktail? His answer was, quickly, while it's still laughing at you. That was the kind of guy Harry was. He went to London because he wanted to continue his craft legally. And he was a bartender, that's what he did. And in order to be a bartender, you couldn't do it in the United States during Prohibition, well, legally. So he decided to go to London. And I would like to think that Amelia would go to a bar at the Savoy Hotel and probably met Harry himself. So they may have shared a drink together. Who knows? Like always, if you know other stories or other information, please, we want to hear it. Send it to us. Put it in the comments. Send it to us by email. Tell it to the bottle. We want to know. Also, don't forget, we really want you to like. We really want you to follow, to subscribe. You can send it to your friends who you think would probably like this show. We want to spread the word about cocktails with a twist of history. Thank you.